Hello everyone. Animals often act strangely. If it wasn't for that, there wouldn't be so many funny videos, GIFs and memes on the internet, because what could be better than observing the lives of these funny, fluffy creatures? You could spend all night watching them. It's relaxing, makes you feel good, and can be a great icebreaker. Any conversations will be better if you share a video of a beautiful panda or a funny elephant, so that you don't have to search the whole internet. We've made a cute compilation for you. Get ready to smile, and let's get it on. Being a cameraman is not easy. Things can go wrong, even if you're not filming in dangerous areas or reporting live, but simply shooting at the Longleat Safari Park in Wiltshire. And although there were no wild or dangerous animals, the BBC cameraman should have been a bit more careful. While one park employee was talking about some rare Cameroon sheep, one of them, a ram named Cecil, was not afraid to approach the journalists. At that moment, of course, everyone present should have been cautious. But what danger could a little lamb pose?
A bit smitten, I have to say. Ow!
Apparently, this is what the cameraman thought when he decided to record on his knees. Big mistake. At first, he tried to protect himself, but then he put his hand away and... Ouch! Looks very painful, and Cecil seems very pleased with the outcome. There are videos that you just can't watch without smiling. For example, this video of a baby elephant bathing in a wildlife sanctuary in Thailand. Here they try to surround each elephant with care and provide the elderly elephants with a decent retirement. And of course, they teach people how to treat these amazing animals with kindness and care. No wonder the little guy feels safe and has so much fun. And we wonder what his bathtub's made of. A bathtub that can hold a 90-kilogram baby elephant. Seriously, it's an incredibly strong tub. Is there any way we can offer this material to Elon Musk? Giles Clark knows a lot about wildlife, especially predatory felines. He likes to play with tigers and even has his own shows about these animals on the BBC. And it's worth mentioning that cats reciprocate his love. Look at this clouded leopard. In the wild, clouded leopards live mainly in Southeast Asia. Since 2008, it's been on the list of vulnerable species. It's estimated that the total number of adult clouded leopards doesn't exceed 10,000. It's not surprising that these wild cats are so rare too. They're incredibly beautiful and are being hunted, but they behave almost like domestic cats. Of course, a clouded leopard won't play with a piece of paper tied to a rope, but he would gladly lick Giles Clark, but not to eat him. The predator reacts to the sound Clark makes and shows him his love. Kangaroos are one of the symbols of Australia, but unlike koalas, it's better not to mess with them, especially Roger, a kangaroo that lives in Alice Springs. Roger is a tall, strong male who confidently protects his territory and is willing to fight anyone. Literally, he can easily make a grown man stay away. Why? Well, no man would want to be beaten up by a male kangaroo, especially not by Roger.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
To keep the visitors safe, Roger has to be isolated in a separate zone, and it's not as easy as it looks. The only way to lure this fighter in is to have him chase you. Have you ever had to run from an angry kangaroo? Don't try it. It's not a very good idea. In 2010, during a show at the Ocean Expo Memorial Park in Japan, an amazing yet terrifying event took place. A dolphin not only stuck his head out of the pool as he normally does, but accidentally fell out of the pool. He probably miscalculated something. Luckily, it happened in front of witnesses. A lot of witnesses, to be honest. Although the dolphin was slightly injured, about 20 minutes later, he was returned to the aquarium by elevator. Do pandas attack people? Although these creatures are funny and a little clumsy, it does happen from time to time. There are videos of pandas taking off a visitor's jacket at the zoo, for example, or picking a fight with people. But this camera, installed in a Chinese zoo, captured the most brutal panda attack in history. You ready to see it? It's practically a manhunt against a poor worker who's just trying to do his job. Although we're not sure what he was supposed to do. Apparently he had to pass the cubs to his colleagues, but was suddenly captured by this gang. Turns out it's pretty hard to fight off a crowd of little pandas when they try to take off your boots and eat your pants from behind, and your shirt too, and then they start using you like a tree. Resistance is useless. Just leave your shoes and run for your life. African manatees are herbivorous animals that live in an area from Senegal to Angola. They're not very well studied, but even so, they sometimes live in captivity and show surprising qualities. The fact is that manatees have few natural enemies, except for sharks and crocodiles, and therefore are quite friendly and sociable. Manatees enjoy tactile sensations. In other words, they constantly touch each other, but not only each other. In this video, you can see that this African manatee is very fond of the person who's cleaning his aquarium. This big baby loves to hug people and definitely doesn't want the worker to go anywhere. What do you mean you can't stay? Who's gonna scratch my belly? Want to argue with a 370-kilogram creature? Many animals love water and like to be bathed. The baby elephant at the beginning of the video is a great example. The American black bear Mimi is no exception, of course. But she doesn't just go into the pond to cool off. No, Mimi likes it when people give her a good shower while she relaxes, even through a mesh fence. It doesn't matter when the water feels so nice on your back. We don't know exactly how Mimi feels, but it certainly looks nice, or even a little jealous. More bears? It's no secret that these wild beasts love honey. Thanks to these stories of Winnie the Pooh, everyone knows what the bear's favorite treat is. But few people know that these huge predators like to eat honey like kids.
Leo.
This video was filmed at the Orphaned Wildlife Center in New York State, where several bears live together, including Leo and Big Jimbo, and they both love honey, so much that they're willing to eat the bowl with the honeycomb and even the spoon. And Jim, the owner of the place. It's amazing that Jim doesn't even care, even though they literally lick his hand and their sharp teeth are right next to it. Shamu is a killer whale that became famous for a show at SeaWorld in the late 1960s. After her death in 1971, Shamu became the name of several shows featuring other killer whales performing truly amazing tricks despite weighing up to 6 tons. How they managed to jump out of the water with that weight? Well, it's very easy if you're a well-trained orca. However, starting in 2016, SeaWorld announced that they will gradually stop performing shows with orcas and focus on their health, rather than on this kind of show. It seems like all babies love games, and it doesn't make any difference if it's a dog, a crocodile, or a human, or a rhino, because look at this little baby boy, or baby girl. It doesn't really matter, because not only is it a lovely creature, but it also has fun playing with Thomas, the zookeeper. If you don't quite understand the essence of the game, we give you a little hint. The calf is trying to scare the keeper. Then it hides, then it runs at him again. Doesn't look that scary, to be honest. But now imagine an adult rhino behaving like this. Fortunately, adults don't like to play that much. Despite having seen many videos with all kinds of animals, we still find creatures that surprise us with their behavior. For example, these 2 young penguins are fascinated with a brush. Just a regular brush on a long handle, the kind that zoo workers use to clean around. But what's so special about it? It's beyond comprehension. But the 2 young males at the Edinburgh Zoo couldn't take their eyes off it. Oh look, now there are 3 of them. We wonder if this works on all penguins, or maybe these have a particular passion for cleanliness. Kakapos are amazing birds that can only be found in New Zealand. They look like very large yellowish-green parrots, which seem to be related to owls. It's a very complex family tree. Kakapos lead a nocturnal life, can weigh up to 4 kilos, and are in danger of extinction. In January 2020, there were only 211 of these incredible birds left in the world, and one of them is a male called Sirocco, who accidentally became famous around the world, and all thanks to the BBC documentary Last Chance to See. During the show, Sirocco suddenly decided to climb on top of a zoologist named Mark.
Oh no.
Did he mistake the man for a tree or for another kakapo? It's a very, very difficult question. The fact is that Sirocco had a respiratory disease as a baby, so he was separated from his mother. Sirocco spent some time away from his family, and eventually he didn't learn to identify himself as a kakapo. Instead, he fell in love with people. As a result, this strange bird has trouble communicating with other birds, but is very interested in humans. Psst! Dude, are you looking for new technologies and great gadgets? Are your thoughts focused on the future? Do you love huge vehicles and can't imagine your life without robots around you? Then visit TechZone and you'll find all this and more. The link is in the description. You interested? Great.